Hello. Can you guys hear me?
I can see you.
Oh, yay. I can hear you. So I had somebody else on earlier. I had to get off on the computer because I couldn't get the audio to work. So I logged in from my laptop. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's you. Hi.
Hi.
My laptop's going to die. All right. So, hang on.
Can everybody see me?
Probably. You can stop the video.
Oh, good. I look bad.
I know. I had to do my hair. Natalia did my hair. Did you see the video I posted on my Facebook about how you can do your hair and it's like this bun and you put it on the side and then you bring some of the bring some of the hair forward and then you can move it to the side to have bangs?
Oh, wow. No.
Look like a scarecrow. It didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. Hang on, I got to do something on my real computer.
All right, not a problem. I'll be right back.
You know what it's saying? Are you there, Ma?
Mm-hmm.
It's saying that they're waiting for me in another in my personal room. How did you get on? I'm
on Zoom and I just typed in the code, the meeting code.
Okay, so you did not click that link I posted, right?
Yeah, I did click the link you posted. The one in the email, I clicked that one. You want me to get out and try to click the one is it on Facebook?
Well, I kind of took it off. Hang on.
You took it off Facebook?
Yeah, I took the link off because you have a meeting that is currently in progress. It's going to quit me here.
Do I need to do something different?
I don't know. Hold on. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Gotta love life. All right. Let me log out from here. Let me go here. I wish I could have gotten it to where. Oh, who's there?
Me?
You're still there. Can you see me?
I can see you.
I can see you.
Oh, yay! Who's this? Somehow, some way, I've lost my... I think it's the user. Oh, there we go. Boom. Oh, yay, Caitlin. So I've lost Pamela. Okay, if you want to keep this meeting open, please assign another host. I want to cancel. Okay. Caitlin, I can't see you, but that's okay. You probably have your thing turned off.
I can see you.
What is the number? Yay! Okay. What is the number if I decide calling in may be easier? Anyone? Oh, I forgot to post that in the comments. Hang on. We're going to start right now, so everybody doesn't have to wait. Telephone. So, Mom, you called in by telephone last night, right? Or today, or last night when you accidentally got on the wrong time?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay, so I put it on there. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes if you guys don't mind, so I can, since it's our first time. I have people that just said they were going to call in too. How are you, Caitlin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. I get to see you now. Okay, so whoever's talking, then you see them on the screen. Yay! How are you feeling?
Oh, so pregnant. Oh,
Oh, yeah. How far along are you?
21 weeks.
Oh.
I know. I know.
Those days. Okay, so somebody else joined. Let's see. Stephanie. Hey.
Yeah. I was just excited when my doctor said, you can go to Nashville. And I was like, that's right.
I was surprised. You'll be 8 months, right?
Yep. I know. I was so excited.
So, I'm sorry, the last couple of days have been insanely hectic, but so you got a room, you didn't get a room, what was that?
So I didn't book the room, but the hotel across the street from the resort has...
It was like a Marriott, right?
Yeah. They have king-size rooms, and they said that we can get a cot or like a roll-away bed kind of thing. So I'm trying to remember the dates. She said the 18th through the 21st, it would be $197 a night. And then the 22nd and the 23rd it would bump up to $210 a night.
Oh, so, okay. Now, but I don't know if they make you pay for it or you get a credit card in advance and you have to pay in advance, but I know they are working on additional rooms. So that's the last I heard today. So you might want to hang tight and see. I don't know, but I know that they are definitely working on rooms more.
Because I did call the resort, and she said the only nights that she has rooms available was like the 18th and the 21st or something.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Is there a Wyndham around that you know of? Because we have a friend that works at the Wyndham, that he's like some manager or something here in El Paso, and he's been able to get us some pretty good deals on Wyndhams. We use like his discounts. If you find a Wyndham close, we can get you a certificate for it.
I will. I'll see what I can find. I was just excited. When I talked to the lady at the resort, she said that the hotel across the room or across the street was like the nearest hotel. And then the next one was like several miles away. So, but if
maybe getting a car with splitting between a few people, I don't know. Yeah. If you could find something inexpensive, you know?
Like a cheaper, like compact size car, you know, because taxi or Uber is just going to be.
It's going to add up.
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to be hard to get, you know, I just think I've dealt with taxis in St. Louis, and that was not fun or safe.
No.
In Vegas. Were you in Vegas that one year?
Yeah.
Not last year.
Well, and
my camera got stolen.
Yeah, and Shiren and I almost got like
kidnapped you were with Shiren, that's right.
Crazy person,
Yeah, so no, I'm not interested in doing that.
No.
Anyways, okay. So Stephanie, I'm hoping you can hear us. I cannot see you. Maybe you have your video turned off. I see Mom. That's my mom, by the way.
Hi.
Her tongue out. She's walking. She's being good. She's walking on her treadmill. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I know a few people are on the phone. It's kind of strange. This is pretty cool how my little reports are. Hopefully you guys, please chime in, because whoever's talking, they get to pop, I guess they pop up on the screen. I know there's this glare behind me. I'm trying to block it. But anyway, I just want to go through real quick on the email that I just recently sent out. You guys got it, about all the fun stuff going on in April, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Reimagine warmer, any luck with those so far?
I've had 3 people order so far.
So have you had any luck booking parties from it?
I actually have one booked, like a color or like design your own warmer party the end of this month.
Oh, good. Yeah, so I have one on the 30th as well. The fun thing I sold. Oh, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I sold one, and she wants another one, and she said she's interested in trying to put a party together also. Were you able to find out about sealing them? No,
you know what? Nobody has said yes or no one way or another. Everyone's saying the same thing I said. You don't have to seal them. You don't have to seal them. But I'm trying to find out if there is a sealant and if it would work with the warmer. So I haven't found out anything on that yet. Because she was asking me the other day, when the customer that bought one, she's doing one for herself and one for her daughter. And so she wanted to know about if we had to seal it, and if there was a sealant we can use to kind of help seal in that color. Because I do have to tell you, and I know Natalia colored ours, so I didn't get to color. So she may just not have colored in the lines real well. I mean, she colored in the lines, but if you look at it up close, you can see gaps in it. So I don't know if that's because it's been on or that's just because she didn't color it. I don't know. So, but I'm still looking into that, Mom. But those parties are going to be a hit, guys. I know, and it's been a real popular thing. And if they don't like that particular warmer, or I've found when I started trying to color some of it, it's kind of hard to color on the warmer. So I really like the idea of getting the adult coloring books and using the charmer warmer, and then you can put it inside. So I'm currently coloring one right now, so I can put it in, but I'm gonna have to cut it to the right size and stuff. But really promote those parties, because that's really ultimately, the warmers are great, we want to sell them, but we really want to get those parties booked. And that's one thing we're going to talk about tonight is booking those parties. And then also the Celebrate Mom, the gift bundles. Those are great little bundles. For some reason, I don't know what it is. People could save $1, $5, whatever it is, but when it's in a bundle, they like it. And what I've been doing is I've been texting my customers. I did a hey Debbie, I did a special for, I forgot what it was. Oh, it was Sweet 16 for like the March Madness, right? So it was car bars. It was the same price that you could get the car bars on a discount, but they don't see it in the combine and save. So I called it my Sweet 16 special, right? And I texted it to several people, and I got orders from it where I wouldn't have normally gotten those. So text people and let them know about these bundles. You never know, but don't rely on just Facebook for getting them out there, because Facebook has weird algorithms. Not everybody sees your post. Some people are just kind of like, they pass it by. But when it's in a text message, or you actually call them, or even in private message on Facebook, you don't want to spam people, but certain people that are your good customers or that might enjoy that bundle. And then Shoo Shoo the Panda. Mom, did you order yours? Okay, good, because you know what? This is turning out to be the #1 selling buddy. Lulu, was it Lulu? I forgot, I put it in there. It was the top selling one. Anyway, there was like 21, there was a huge amount. I'm getting my Reimagines and the Shoo Shoo, but there was a lot of buddies sold. So I'm worried that if we don't get them in, that it's going to sell out faster than normal. And then Bring Back Your Bar. Of course, that voting is going on right now. And the top fragrances, I think, are like Apple Press, and I forget what the other ones are, but it ends April 15th, the first round. So make sure you guys go in there and vote. And then, of course, I really want to talk about Scentsy Family Reunion. And I think everybody on live, we have 6 people. I don't know who else is on. Anyway, I know that Caitlin's registered, Debbie's registered, Cheryl's registered. I haven't looked at the reports today to see who else registered today, but Nashville, it's life-changing. Debbie, are you in a position that you could talk about reunion? Because you've been to every reunion. I think you too, Caitlin, have been to every reunion. Can you guys?
Well, except for Indianapolis.
Okay. So if you guys will just give me like a brief 1 minute about your biggest takeaways and why it's in reunion, because it is pricey, but it's really worth it for your business. Caitlin?
Okay, so I mean, like you said, Kelly, it's, it's a little pricey, but for me, like, it's totally worth it. Like, you don't get that kind of training, you don't get that kind of experience or that friendship or sisterhood or brotherhood anywhere else. And just to hear like the personal stories and testimonies from people, just that's, I think, what gets me is like, I'm always like, oh, it's all these companies and all these like big crazy stories, but like when you hear it from people that are just like you and go through the same struggles as you do, you're like, oh, I really can do this. So that's what I love about it.
Mm-hmm. And Debbie, what about you? You know what? I don't know if your audio is off. I can't hear you. Okay. We're having some technical difficulties. Maybe you can share it on the Facebook page.
How about this?
Oh, yay, Amanda, you got it.
Yeah, I turned it on. I think that when you're out here working your business, it's real easy to feel like you're all alone. And when you go there, you realize that you're not alone and everybody's going through all the same trials and tribulations that you are to try and get their business going. And you get so many ideas and you just get re-energized every time I go. I will never miss a convention.
Yeah, I hear you. And it's funny because it's not funny. They strategically place these World Tour, which we just had. And then convention is, if you liked World Tour, your convention it's not even anything near World Tour, but they place these in times where we start feeling less motivated, right? Because World Tour is, we have this amazing fall, and then boom, we hit this like end of December, beginning of January, and sales start to like not plummet, but they slow down if you're not careful and if you don't plan ahead. And then boom, World Tour hits, and it's like, oh, I'm re-energized, I'm remotivated. And then the same thing, we go through an amazing spring, we have a new catalog, and then the catalog is winding down, and here comes convention. And they do that for a reason. We're not just because, we all are in the same boat. We all lose motivation. And it's honestly, if you are in a slump in your business, if you've been in the business for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, it doesn't matter. Everyone's welcome to go to convention. And it's really a reunion, and it really is worth your time and your money. So if you want to chat more about it, they do offer the payment plan. So you can register. We had some confusion last night with somebody was trying to help register with Leslie. Is you register for the full registration, or the registration with the kit or without the kit. You choose what you want, and then you only pay $50 down, and then they will split the rest of the payments up each month. So they make it really, really easy for us. We've been talking about it, saving money, putting quarters into your clamshells of your Sensi bars. Anything you got to do to save your money, it's really worth it. And sharing rooms too. I know the room situations, they have sold out at the room blocks. They are working on getting more. Caitlin has researched and gotten some information about the Marriott across the street. But get together with other team members, get together with other people in other groups too, in any of the Facebook groups you're on, to try to room together, because that will also save you money. Yes, it's uncomfortable sometimes because you don't know people and it's out of your comfort zone, but that's what makes us grow. And some of my very, very best friends, one of my very, very good friends, Ann Gunner, I went to boot camp with her, and it was the first time I ever had to room with somebody I had no clue who she was, what she was about, nothing. And it was the scariest experience, and we have become amazing friends, and we network together, and it's just, you never know. You just never know. So it's all about getting out of your comfort zone too. So I look forward to that. I look forward to meeting those that I haven't, and I look forward to sharing the experience with those that I've already done so. So let's get into it. I have a lot to talk about tonight. Again, if you are just joining us, please feel free to chime in at any time because I want this to be interactive. Ask questions, add your input, whatever it is. I want to hear from you because these are just my ideas, but we all have our own ideas. We all have our own businesses, and we all make it our own success. So please share, okay? The first step in owning your own successful business is having a plan. And I can't say that enough. You've got to have a plan. I fly by the seat of my pants sometimes, and it doesn't work, I can tell you that. But I formulate a plan, I get it together, and it never fails. I'm more successful. And once you have the plan, implement it. Don't just have the plan on the wall and it looks great and you don't do anything with it. You gotta implement it because we accomplish way more this way. Whatever works for you, find a system. I have a planner that I love that I got made. Hang on, I'm getting it. And it's actually customized for Scentsy. So if you are interested in it, I could send it to you. It doesn't have specific dates, so you can kind of do however you want. You can use it mid-year. But Shauna Potter, if you're not involved in her flyer group, Flyers by Shauna, she's one amazing chick, and she created this. And it's my Bible. I promise you, it's awesome. But it's got it like I said, it's customized for Scentsy. So it has a place where you can write down your mileage, your goals, your expenses. You write down your PRV, your team wholesale, your group wholesale, your daily checklist, your monthly stuff. So it's pretty amazing. This is what I do. I've gone through every walks of life with calendars, and I went through this phase where everything was going to be electronic, and that was a huge epic fail. So now I'm back to paper. I can see it, I can feel it, I can write it. And I find when I write it, I'm more successful, but I tend to follow through with it because I had to waste the time to write it. I better accomplish that task. But before you finish your day, make notes for the next day. I just recently started homeschooling the kids, and I have a planner, right? And so at the end of each day, I kind of evaluate what we should have done, what we didn't get done, and then I formulate a plan for the next day. Our businesses are the exact same thing. Prioritize your tasks. So for example, I'm going to use my homeschooling as today. We got through all 11 subjects, but we did not get all 10 subjects. I said we didn't get to science. So tomorrow, what do you think my priority is going to be? Science. We're going to start with science in the morning because I don't want to fall into that same trap of time and we don't do science again. So the same thing with your business. If you had on your list, call customers, follow up with team members, do this, do that, and you didn't get to call to book parties, what should be your priority? Call to book parties tomorrow. Don't keep putting it off and putting it off. My kids tend to like to do that, especially with their least favorite subjects. It's like, oh, well, my son hates cursive. So today he wrote a ton of C's, right? But he is amazing at C's, but he's horrible at B's and he wrote 3. I don't know. You got to write a million B's because you're not good at it. You got to practice at it. Same thing with our business. You got to practice. You got to do the things that you're not good at because you become good at them and it becomes second nature. Get into a routine. If possible, set business hours and try to stay consistent. So like if you work full time, maybe on your drive home or on an hour in the morning or an hour at night or half hour or something, but be consistent about it and know this is my work time and then I'm shutting it off. Because we can easily get burnt out too. It can go both ways. You can either not work a lot or you can work too much, and then you have to have that equal balance. So an example of a schedule, if you're like me and I'm real regimented, I need a schedule. So like Mondays are my team days. That's the days that I send out incentives. I develop the newsletter, make phone calls, return emails. Tuesdays will be your customer days. You can send thank you notes. You can text or call customers. Follow up on any door prizes if you've recently done like any fairs. Add emails to your newsletter and make scent samples. And then Wednesday is hostess day, so you can make hostess packets and schedule parties and make hostess gifts and check in with your hostesses. Thursday could be like your business day where you update your inventory, you check business supplies, make sure you don't run out of catalogs like I did last season. You place orders for low supplies, update your receipts and your mileage, and return phone calls. And then Friday, I got this from my family. My mom's dad used to have review of the week. So whatever they ate on Friday was always a review of the week. So I call Fridays the review of the week because whatever you didn't finish or what you have left over from the rest of the week, you do it on Friday. Now, again, like I said, if you work full time, try to find at least 1 hour, 5 days a week to work your business. If you commute, do it during your commute. If you try to use some of your lunch hour, make phone calls on your way to and from work. If you've got kids, right after the kids go to bed, utilize that time before you get tired and your customers are done and tired. And use a power hour. So get a firm plan of what needs to be accomplished and just stick to it. Don't get on Facebook. Don't get distracted by anything else. Don't squirrel, but just simply get on that for one solid hour, and you're going to accomplish so much more in that hour than if you are on Facebook or if you're distracted by kids or everything else. And trust me, it's not always possible to have that power hour, but don't quit until that hour is over. So simplify your business. This is one thing I've gone like this in my business over the years. And one thing that I've done it all. I promise you, I've made it complicated. Then when I started, simple, super successful. And then I started thinking about things too much, and it was like, oh, but I could do this and this and this and this and this. And then I got way too complicated. And I started making cute samples and this and that, and which is great, but I don't have the time. If you have the time, that's wonderful. I just didn't. I found myself wanting to make the time, but then I didn't have time to do stuff that was actually booking me parties and doing everything else. So use your time wisely and simplify it. Just really simple. Orville talks about the 4 chords, and it really is. It's getting sales, booking parties, getting recruits, and I forget, Debbie, or Caitlin, if you guys can help me remember, that was the 4th one. But it really is just a very simple business, right? You guys remember that 4th chord?
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember the 4th one.
Okay, we'll do a training on it soon, but I just wanted to see if you knew it off the top of your head. Now, I know we all need time to de-stress and everything else, but if you find yourself not having time, kind of evaluate. Do I spend too much time on Facebook? Do I spend too much time watching TV or playing games? Or do I spend a lot of time in the car waiting for kids at the doctor's or at sports things? Try to figure out where your time is going and where you can be creative and add that time, either while you're waiting for kids or you're spending it in the car. Maybe cut down Facebook time or cut down playing games. But a successful business has a schedule of operation. It's important for home-based business consultants to write down a schedule for a lot of reasons. And I can't stress enough consistency. Consistency. I'm going to talk a little bit about things that I do consistently in my business to make to grow income, right? But I want to open it up here. I want you guys to be thinking as I'm talking about what you do for your business, income producing, okay? So making phone calls to customers to book parties. That's got to be number 1. Booking parties is the backbone of our business. And it may be out of your comfort zone. Honestly, this is a party planning business. This is what we do, is we book parties and we get customers from those parties, and then they book parties, and then we get customers from that party, and so on and so forth. And it's a cycle. It grows. And I know I said the dreaded phone word, but it really is the best way to book parties is to pick up the phone and call. And that is what I've been doing about these color parties. And I mean, I've posted it on Facebook, and people, let's have a party. Okay, I'll think about it. No. You picking up the phone is what's actually got my parties on my calendar. It's the most proven way to get results in your business. And always go for the no. In November, we did a November challenge, right, where you tried to go for 100 no's. But if you go for 100 no's, you're guaranteed to get a yes at some point and someday. Do it daily. Don't just do it once a week or once a month, but do it daily. Make a point to call 3 people per day, and imagine what you'll gain from it. Not only are you going to rock your business, but your customers are going to feel loved, knowing that you're taking care of them. You're not burdening them by wanting them to book a party. You're doing this for them too. They're getting free products. They're getting to hang out with their friends. There's a lot of advantages. But when you call, you got to make them see those advantages, right? But if you call and say, you know what, Sally, I was just wondering if you'd want to book a party. That doesn't sound real enthusiastic, but you could say, hey, Sally, you know what? We've got this Reimagine warmer. We have a new catalog, and I'm so excited. It would be a fun time for you to get together with your friends, smell some scents, and see the new catalog. Plus, you get all the free stuff. What do you think? Sounds quite different, right? Make customer service calls. So those of you who went to different breakouts, I don't know if it was in World Tour or, I mean, it's been in direct selling for a long time, but the 222. the customer service calls. So 2 days after you deliver the product, follow up, make sure they've opened it, make sure they got it. If you gave it to the host, a lot of times you'll call them, you'll say, oh, I haven't gotten my product yet. And then you call the host and say, hey, you know what, do you want me to help you deliver? Because they need to get their product. Otherwise, you look like the bad consultant, right? They don't know that the hostess has been sitting on this for a week. Then call them 2 weeks after delivery to make sure that they like their product, they like their scents, they're using their warmer, nothing, light bulb was fine. And then again, call them in 2 months to see if they're ready to reorder or book a party. Also in 2 weeks when you call them, that's a good time to also ask them about booking a party and also about the opportunity. And sometimes it's nice to just call your customers because, I touch base with a lot of my customers that have become my friends. They weren't friends before, but now that we see each other often, we deliver often. My husband's friends with them because he does a lot of the deliveries, but it's nice to just call just because, or even write a little note and send it handwritten in the mail. Follow up and see if they have a light bulb. Ask them for referrals, guys. It's not out of this world to ask somebody to refer you to see if they know somebody that wants your services. This is how we grow our business, and referrals are another integral part of our business. If you have a team, be in contact with them, keeping up to date and keeping them up to date on what's going on with the Scentsy news, with extra doses of motivation, but see how you can help them in their business. Another thing is consistently talk to prospective team members. Again, the only way to grow our business in the long run is to sponsor. And we're not going to sponsor if we're not talking to people about the opportunity. It's super important to get out there and to talk to people. Constantly, just like you're looking for parties, constantly be looking for new team members. By recruiting consistently, you're going to bring in fresh blood to your team, which helps keep everyone excited. You see the team. As soon as somebody new joins, it never fails. They're excited, we're all excited, and it kind of just helps to bring that extra dose of motivation to all of us, myself included. They're typically excited and full of energy, and those have been around for a while, we lose that pep in our step, right? So bringing in new energy, they bless us just as much as we bless them. So it's really a win-win situation for everybody. So get out there and grow your team. If you're feeling stagnant in your business, if you're feeling alone, kind of like Debbie said, then you know what? Bring a friend along. Bring your mom along. Bring your sister along, whatever the case. But bring somebody along that you want to do this business with that makes it fun again. Grow your contact list. Never think, oh, I have enough customers. You always have to grow that contact list. It's going to be, that's the number one thing to help you successfully in the long run. Because what's going to happen is you're going to recruit new team members and they were once your best customers. You're going to lose them as a customer and then they're going to go on to be your team member. You've got to replenish those customers because you have to have a balance of sales and recruiting. So you have to keep them both coming. Customers, recruits. It's an ongoing thing. You can't just serve your friends and family and expect to flourish. I talk about this a lot, I know, but it's because it's important. People think, oh, I'm gonna sell to my mom and my sister and their little circle, and then their friends. What happens? They're not going to support your business. They're not going to pay your gas bill or your phone bill or whatever it is that you're using this money for, because they can only buy so much, really. There's only so much Scentsy that one person can buy. So you have to continually get a good amount of new contacts. Talk to people when you take your family out to dinner. Take Scentsy with you everywhere. It's a great thing about Scentsy. I love it because you take it with you. If you're traveling, Scentsy goes. At the hockey rink, Scentsy goes a lot for me. Leave a scent circle next time you leave a tip at the table. Talk to the waitress about it. Just talk to the doctor's office or dentist about doing a basket party. Look for events. This is a great way, you guys, to get out, to get your name out. I am not a big event person. I know, Debbie, you are a big event person. Me, not so much. It is really hard with kids. But I love the little bitty craft fairs that are at churches or at schools or something like that, because it's very personal. It's one-on-one. I don't have to talk to the masses. But and I don't have to have a ton of inventory, which I don't really like to have a ton of stuff. But those that do huge craft fairs, Veronica Lasprone, one of my directors, Hold on, sorry, I have a little technical difficulty on my end. Anyway, she does big events like Junior League and stuff, and she's very successful. So that's another great way to get customers, to get recruits. Debbie, you want to talk a minute about that?
Oh, I love doing the events. It's just, you meet so many people and you get them all to sign their names up so you get their information, and I add them all to my contact list, and then I try to stay in touch with them. And it's funny because I'll do the same event over and over and over every year because my schedule is like locked in, and I have people come find me at my events. I don't order from anybody else but you. And then during the year, I'll see their orders go in on my workstation, but they always come and visit me when I'm at my events. So I love the events. And with me working full time, it's easier to do events on the weekends and a lot of basket parties. I mean, I still love doing home parties, don't get me wrong, but when you work full time, it's hard. So events fill in the gaps, and then I have a lot of basket parties. And I still get that one-on-one to talk to people.
And I guess I feel like that's where I personally, I don't get that, but that's just me, you know. I like more, are you guys there?
I'm here.
Yep.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know what happened. Okay, there you guys are. I lost you for a second. Anyway, this is just me, and that's the thing. Everybody's different with their business. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of the huge ones. But hey, you know,
I do the small ones too, though, Kelly. I like doing the little ones too. I mean, they don't cost as much to get into, and it's more one-on-one. But I also do the big ones and love those too.
Yeah. So anybody else that's on, do you guys do any events?
I've had big success with like children's consignment sales because they always have vendors there. And I think having like a smaller kid, like since he's only almost 3, and then, you know, being pregnant currently, it's easier for me because then it's like these moms that are the other vendors have small children, and they're like, oh, I love my candles, or and I'm like, well, let me show you what we've got. And then like the buddies sell like hotcakes at those things. Like every kid wants one. And so I love the consignment sales, but I also love like the small events too, like the craft fairs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. Anyone else? So let's talk a minute about this. How do you guys find your fairs? So for those who haven't done any little events or anything, how do you find your fairs?
I get on the mailing list for the different counties around me, and they send me like the list of their yearly fairs and events, and then I just kind of pick and choose like what works with my schedule, and then they always invite you back every year once you do them, and then they want you to come to all of them. So that's what I do.
So Debbie, how do you find yours?
I just keep up on what's going on, what new festivals are around. And then like this year, I've had 3 people send me applications and ask me to come to their events. They see your setup and they like the way you're set up and the stock that you have, and they want you there. Sometimes they get people that do events that really, and it's unfortunate, but they're not prepared and they don't have enough. And then, you know, that's a turnoff, I think, for the people running the event. But like this year, I've gotten 3 applications in the mail with letters asking me to please do their event.
Nice.
So I do them.
That's awesome. Yeah, of course. I mean, that, you know what, that makes you feel good when somebody actually calls you and says, hey, I want you at my event. They obviously either heard something about you or you have a good reputation, and that's awesome. Anyone else that is on, you can share your audio or you do audio and video. If you can, I'd love to hear from anyone else, either you've done them or if you want to do them and just don't know how to go about them. Anyone?
Can you hear me? It's Christy.
I can. I'm sorry, who is this?
Christy.
Hi, Christy.
Hi. I do events through school. Since I am a teacher, I get all of the events that HISD is holding. So a lot of my events are through HISD. So like I've done the Chinese immersion school. Every year they have a festival. At my school for Cinco de Mayo, every year we have a festival. So those are the events that I do here. I'm like Debbie. I rather do the events and basket parties because I don't have time to do home parties.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because that's still getting you out there. It's still giving you that one-on-one and gets you some new customers. So that's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Anyone else?
Can you hear me?
I can. Who's this?
This is Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
So, just starting out, if I was interested in doing a craft fair or something like that, what do you suggest I bring for inventory if I don't have a ton? I think I've got 2 warmers and not a lot of bars. And what do you suggest I bring so that I have enough?
Okay, so I'm going to let the other girls who do more events tell you, but I'm going to tell you one thing from my experience is light bulbs and bars really are a lot. That's my experience. I've had the miscellaneous stuff, and like I think it was Caitlin said, the buddies, those sell for her. Those two for me at events don't really sell much. But I think everybody's different, but you guys want to chime in and what do you guys recommend bringing?
If it's a small event, I've had it just where I set it up like a party. And I bring as many bars as I can, depending on the size, it tells me how many to bring. But I take orders, and especially if it's a local small event, because it's personal and you want to get to know people, and it also gives you the opportunity to deliver or to meet them again, just to give them their product. But like for a big event, you can't do that because people are coming in from all over. But for the small ones, just do it like a party and take orders. And then be prepared if somebody really wants something on your table that you're going to let it go. But that's what I do. And as far as buddies go, I don't sell buddies at my events. I take pictures of all my buddies, and I tell everybody that I respect that I don't want kids playing with something my child's getting. And I take orders, and I'd rather you have a brand new buddy. Yeah. Now the buddy clips take, but they're in containers, so it makes a difference.
Yeah, that is a different story. Okay. So yeah, I thank you guys for your input, but I do feel like events are a good way to get out there. Fundraisers are another thing too to get out there. As I do at least 2 fundraisers a year. It's another great way to grow your contact list. You donate part or all of your commission. It's really up to you. But you gain long-term customers at parties, and I've gotten actual recruits from it as well. So it's best to start with fundraisers with, people you know, or your own children or nieces, nephews, things like that. It's always good to have a foot in the door. If there's I lost my train of thought. Like an event that you are familiar, like that you are friends with somebody who's on the board, maybe like of the Autism Society or something like that. Those are a good way to help get you in the door. Share the host specials, like the warmer of the month. Those are great because not everybody knows those. They're not in the catalog. Hey guys, I just have to tell you one thing. I apparently have to upgrade in order for this meeting to continue, but I'm not trying to do that ever. I know, right? It says it's like you have less than a minute. I'm talking really, really fast. I'm trying to upgrade, and it's like downloading, but it's not going fast enough, I guess, because we're all on here, so if it cuts off. I am sorry. I will try to get back on. I don't have a whole lot more to talk about, but I did want to just talk about consistency and working your business over 30 straight days of being consistent. And I'd like to challenge you guys to all do that, to be consistent in your business, because consistency will yield results. We have a new catalog. There's new excitement, and keep motivated and keep up your daily activities that produce income, because that's really where the magic happens. And keep it simple, because again, simplicity is all what it's about. And all of us have busy lives, and really that's where we are going to be successful. Keeping it simple, but doing things